village had grown from 150 people to over 300 people big. Where there were no shops before, there was now two. Where there were no bars before, there was now one. The sole cause of this was the fishermen who were in this village were able to contact a trader and send them pictures of fish. When you are a trader, if you don't know if a village has fish or doesn't have fresh catch, it's not really worth your time to go there. So they smoke the fish because they don't have any electricity. So when they smoke the fish, they lose 10 times the value on the fish, if not even more, of what it's worth. So this single node that was put on one side of the village and another node that was put on the other, we saw economic transformation, and it really was the evidence that we needed that this could be big. So then we took it from there to Zanzibar Stone Town. If any of you haven't been there, it's a really beautiful place. If you'd ever like to go there, please feel free to reach out to us. We have a great family there now in Zanzibar. And we proceeded with actually bringing our own trucks, our own people, and starting to kickstart the sharing economy there. Within 6 months, we had 15,000 paying customers on the network, and we were returning to the people's houses, to schools, to government buildings, to private buildings, anywhere from $20 to $100 a month from the revenue that was coming in. Just so it's understood, a school has a budget of around $20 a month to buy pencils and pens and the really basic things. So us bringing a budget to a school that was hosting a piece of infrastructure and powering that piece of infrastructure, we were giving 3x or 4x what they were getting. So they were very happy, and the people outside were very happy. And this happened with ice cream shops, this happened with offices, this happened with government buildings, this happened in all types of different places.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the World Mobile Alliance. It is Friday, the 12th of June, 2026. And we have Rob and Cal here. Cal, what's going on?
Hey, Rob. Hey, everyone. It's going, man. Just a beautiful Friday. Just trying to put all my screens in front of me. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm looking forward for that USA game, though. That's what I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a fun one, happening in exactly 1 hour, so it'll be fun. How about you?
Oh, it's been a very farm type of a day today, but
I heard you
got a
had
little
some problems
sun
with some cows.
yeah, I got a sick baby who spent the last 2 days at the vet and not sure how he's going to do. It's unfortunately, he's about a week old, this little baby calf, and so we'll see. Just have to try something different and hope that it works. But yeah, like I said, that and just farm stuff. So kind of get used to just nothing's going to work right, and you just keep going with it, and eventually it works out the right way. So, but like I said, it's Friday night. It was a beautiful day out, and now we're hanging out and chatting and talking to some friends who are showing up and listening in. So yeah, lots to go over. You got a lot of different slides and things to talk about, and it's World Mobile. So if there's not 10 different things going on at once, I mean, it'd be a surprise for us. But yeah, what's been going on with you today? Actually, this past week since we talked last week.
I am prepping for an event tomorrow in my community where I live. They've decided to showcase small businesses, and I applied and I was accepted, and I printed a bunch of materials today to go talk about World Mobile plans and what makes them special and why people in my community should subscribe to them. Sorry about that. I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyways, yeah, so that's exciting. I'm looking forward to that. I went to Staples today. I printed interesting materials. I have business cards and some trifolds ready, and borrowed a canopy since I don't have a cool World Mobile one yet. I should probably go make that. But that's that. And what else? Today we had a very interesting call with a couple people leading towards Rare. We've been planning for a bit now. Mr. Jamie King is definitely helping out in that sector, and he's been super helpful, and he's been organizing a lot of stuff. And they did a post out today, the Menace Network token, that they're officially going to Rare. And that's going to be really fun. I hear the Alliance is also going to Rare. I missed last year, so I'm looking forward to seeing some familiar faces, some new faces. Hopefully, it's going to be a fun year this year, even though markets are a little bit down right now, and maybe not a lot of people will show up, but I might be wrong. Hopefully, I am. So we'll see.
Yeah, if only you had an excuse for why you weren't there last year. I'm not sure you'll ever live that one down, but we're glad that you're going this year. But no, we joke. You and your wife had a baby while we were at Rare, and I remember I was so excited because you texted me, and Emmanuel was in the middle of his presentation, and he was playing a short video about, at the time, HD1, now Network Builders, and so we were watching this video. And I remember running over and sharing the information with Emmanuel Gratch. And the moment the video was over, he stopped everything and made this huge announcement to everybody. And I filmed it, and I think we sent you the video, but filmed this celebration because there's probably 60, 70 people in that room, standing room only, learning about HD1, learning about Network Builder, and everyone was just thrilled for you. So again, you weren't there, but in a way you were. You're in all of our thoughts, and we were very, very excited for you. And so, but we're looking forward to hanging out in person again this year. But like you said, Minutes Network token is going. So there's going to be representation from World Mobile, from Minutes Network token, from U Network, formerly Unity, and I think we're going to have a large turnout with the community, and just the things that we're talking about with booth operations and planning. There's going to be a real good opportunity here to come and hang out with the founders, the co-founders, talking about some pretty neat ideas for some merch and some other giveaways and things that we'll be able to do with the community while we're spending time hanging out in Las Vegas, on top of all the other festivities and everything else going on. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited that Minutes posted this. I'm looking forward to seeing Jamie King. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Mickey and Charles and Emmanuel and the World Mobile team, and seeing Val and Callus Bling and all these guys again. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. So I'm definitely looking forward to Rare. In fact, speaking of Rare, they just posted that the discounted price on the hotels is running just for a very short time longer before prices are going to increase on the hotels. So now is your opportunity. And again, general admission tickets, they were free with the hotel. They've just come out and said, hey guys, we want you here. Don't pay anything, just free tickets. So you get your general admission tickets free. You'll pay for the VIP. There's a lot of nice perks with the VIP tickets, but you'll pay for those. But the general admission, just to show up, is free. And the Aria where we're staying, the prices start at $115 per room per night. Of course, that's before the Las Vegas taxes and the resort fees and stuff. But you're still a lot cheaper at the Aria than you are at other resorts. We were paying almost $300 a night at Caesars last year, and it is a fraction of that at the Aria, even after Vegas's taxes and stuff. So very excited about Rare Evo and where that's going, and it's really great to have Jamie and Christian and these guys from the team that are helping plan things, and they're going to bring quality as they always do. So yes, very exciting, very, very good momentum we have building up to Rare here, which is about 6 weeks away at this point.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't want to obviously spoil any spoilers, but we have started talking about side events and also potential seminars like you guys did last year for network builders, and potentially other maybe workshops for you network potentially. Yeah, it's going to be definitely a good one. I can't wait for the speeches. And I know those are always really, really welcomed. And they always excite people around. Looking at the roster, there's going to be a lot of institutional presence there, as well as educational presence, it looks like. So it's going to be a little bit of a more of a grown-up event, less geared towards like NFTs and degeneracy, and more geared towards again institutional adoption and all the fun stuff, and what makes blockchain really blockchain. Yeah. Besides that, Rob, what else has been going on with Roll Mobile? They launched a couple new pages this week. They had a very exciting AMA in regards to Stratospheric, and they did launch a brand new website as well, which was really exciting to see. There's so much information on that website. Kind of reminds me of how the AMA was. It was just so jam packed with information. It was super long and it was very fruitful. I really enjoyed it. I had to re-listen to the space actually a couple times, so like catch all of the stuff they were saying in there, and I'm still cannot wrap my head around how big this is going to get and how big this is actually for Roll Mobile and for the sharing economy and for token holders and for air node operators and just the entire vertical of the entire project. It's really going to benefit everyone. So I'm excited for this Stratospheric launch, the website, and their tests coming up here. Hopefully end of the summer. It's going to be big.
Yeah, that test is going to be in at Cambridge or around Cambridge in the UK in September, and the date isn't final yet as far as which day of the week it is, but we're talking September. Going to be very, very exciting, and I've been looking at this a lot. I've been looking at it from a technical perspective as far as what they're doing, what they're building, how things are going to work. I've been looking at it from an investment perspective for how things are going, because right now they're gathering interest for the initial seed fund. The seed round, and they are doing it's a pre-IPO that's going on right now, and you're able to actually purchase a part of this company, World Mobile Stratospheric. It's under World Mobile Group, but they are actually going to go public with this portion of it, not the telecoms, not the cryptocurrency, not the air nodes, not the earth nodes and the blockchain, but the serious hardware, the stratospheric portion of it is going to go public. And so they're in pre-IPO stage right now. And so what they're doing right now is they're for friends and family, for community members, they're taking interest. This is before. I mean, they've been pitching to big banks. They've been pitching to big institutional money, and what the amount they're trying to raise for this initial fund seed, this seed funding round, is 25 million pounds on a 250 million pound valuation. This is before the test flights. This is before everything else. If you look at the page, you look at what the information they provide as far as why you would consider doing this. They show that there are companies that are worth tens and hundreds of billions of dollars that don't have a profit yet, don't have a working product yet, but they've gone public. They've received this money. They've had people buy into it and share in the ownership of the company, and the valuations are insane. Well, what's so beautiful about this is after this initial round, we're going to have our test flights, and our proof of concept is going to be there right in front of us with data that we can just pour over. And then, if you look at the timeline for how things are going to go with this pre-IPO and then this IPO, um, there's a really good timeline for what this looks like with the IPO happening, with the production of the units happening, with the things hitting the stratosphere, literally hitting the stratosphere, and um, how all this works. And the timelines are impressive. The Everything that they've done here to put this in order looks really really good. And I personally believe that for me this is a really interesting opportunity. Um, I look at more of a long term play, and I think you can say with anything world mobile, it seems like everything is at this point a long term play. The tokens, the Earth nodes, everything. Um, but I look at this as something that you can really really wrap up in and watch as even before the IPO happens, you watch with successful test flight, the valuation increases dramatically. But you buy in at a lower valuation, now what you've purchased is worth more if the valuation goes higher for other seed rounds. And if the valuation is even higher than that for the IPO, I mean, it just shows that buying in early, doing something might have some positive effects. And so again, Cal, we talk about this all the time. We don't give financial advice on this show. I'm not a financial advisor. I have an opinion, and for whatever that's worth, right? But we look at these things. We know the people behind them. We see how the progress of how these things are working, and they're providing yet another opportunity to be involved in something before it takes off. And so I'm very interested in this. I'm very interested in how this works, what this is going to look like, and potentially what this could mean for people who are the community of World Mobile, are the friends, are the family, are have the opportunity to get in before the big money starts looking at this, starts writing checks. 25 million pounds. I mean, that's the companies that these guys are talking to right now. They write $25 million checks just because, right? This is not a lot, but for folks like you and me, for folks in the community, pulling resources, getting these things together, it is there's a significant value for us. And what I appreciate is the opportunity that World Mobile is providing to allow us to jump in before that big money comes in and jacks up the valuation, takes these ridiculous gains as this company grows and the interest grows. So I'm looking at this as a big opportunity that I'm diving into and trying to understand more about and seeing if this is the right fit. And if it is the right fit, and I believe it is, how to make that work to maximize both what it means for me as an individual and World Mobile as a company.
Yeah, well said there, Rob. Well said. I mean, but really, like, think about it as well. They have the SkyMass as well, and this is what they're going to be showcasing in Cambridge this September, as you mentioned. I like to say in the summer, but September, it's fine. That's when it's scheduled. And this is actually, I know you mentioned long term, but this is actually planned to go into production in 2027. So this is a ready model that can be deployed, and revenue can start being generated for this company right off the bat. So they don't need to have the big drone up in the air in order to generate revenue for this, which is something very important. Um, Someone from the community posted something really interesting today. It was David, Hope Not Hype. He posted a post about the NVIDIA CEO, and he was talking about how moving forward, potentially within the next year, we're going to have agentic um, commerce everywhere. So, agents shopping for you, agents going out doing reservations for restaurants, hotels, whatever, right? And all of these agents, they need Rails, they need internet to to do all these things for you, right? And knowingly, United States is 11% of it. It's totally not connected, and it's left offline. Not to mention the capacity to operate these things. It's nowhere near there, and I don't think the ground networks were meant to handle all that. So when you look at these offerings that are coming up, it's specifically the stratospheric one from World Mobile is it's literally the answer for this, right? I mean, the more you look into this, the more you really think about it, the more you see how it could power air nodes as a backhaul, no matter where you're located in the United States, anywhere where these things are deployed. All you need is stratospheric drone up in the air for you to have backhaul with an air node. So this kind of eliminates so many different pain points for network builders. As a network builder right now, you're gonna have to go out. You're gonna have to partner with a fiber company potentially on the ground in order for you to launch these air nodes, right? The backhaul needs to come from somewhere, whether that's fiber or whether that's Starlink. It doesn't really matter, but the backhaul needs to come from somewhere. And if you are located outside of where fiber is, you're gonna have to likely do at the moment, like you have to connect to a satellite for that. And we all know like it works, right? But it's nowhere near the low latency that a stratospheric drone would offer. So it's pretty good. I think it's exciting. Like I agree with Rob. It's an opportunity that everyone needs to look into. This is how you essentially send your inquiry if you're interested in participating in this early round that World Mobile has. By the way, sends to pretty much every air node operator, every token holder. If you are part of the World Mobile newsletter list, you should have received an email with a code of how to participate in this.
Absolutely. I think that I was actually explaining this to a friend of mine the other day. We've talked about because he knows that I'm looking at hexes for Network Builder. He knows that I have some, and we've talked about he has some businesses that he would like to put air nodes on because the coverage in the area where his businesses are is not great. And so we talked about this. I said, hey, here's an opportunity I want you to just be able to think about. I explained, I said, look, World Mobile has this just incredible layout of opportunities here. If you're into crypto, if you want to have the token, you buy WTX, right? And number goes up, you can stake it, you can earn more. So there's an opportunity there. If you want to be part of the sharing economy in other ways, you can actually buy the towers, whether that's buying Spark nodes in Pakistan through the alliance, whether that's buying Ember nodes and reserving them through World Mobile directly, or if and when network builders in the area start setting towers up, those can be listed, those could be sold. The network builder does not have to own every tower in the area. They just have to be able to make sure that they're up and going. So you can actually have towers in the area. You can have towers in other countries. We know the Philippines is coming online very, very soon. So there's opportunities for remote ownership. There's opportunities for ownership in your immediate area of the network capabilities. There's opportunities to own a franchise where you're the ones that are looking for subscribers. You're the ones that are looking for investors to help you build out your area with coverage. There's so many opportunities for doing this. If you're a tech guy and you want to own and operate Earth nodes, you can run the back end of this network and the record keeping and everything else on the blockchain by operating these Earth nodes. So there's so many different opportunities here, depending on what your aim is, what your skills are, what your passion is, what your financial availability are. But now here's an opportunity to actually own the company, right? To buy shares eventually what we will be converted to shares, is my understanding, of this company, but in a pre-IPO phase. And so I think that as you look at all of the different layers there, the crypto can go up and down. We've seen that happen, right? We believe it's going up. That's why we're here. That's why we love WMTX. But the air nodes, a nice stable cash flow return, especially with the spark nodes, making, if you buy with the alliance, it's between 31 and 34% right now, is what it is, because you earn $1.70 per month. And we have, you buy them, you pay the insurance once a year. The first year's free on that, but the insurance is less than $1 a year on these spark nodes. And so you have this, now you have the speculative with the crypto, right? The up and down that can happen there. You have more of a cash flow when you have earth nodes that are producing, they're operating, producing properly, right? You have the opportunity to franchise and build businesses with Network Builder, with earth nodes, right? And now, whether it's a medium term play, because we believe this is going to be sometime next summer or fall, most likely, the IPO, they're talking about mid 2027 is when this is going to go public. So maybe 18 months, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know, but you have the stratospheric where you can actually own equity in the company, right? And I've talked to somebody who is actually, I have had to research this because I didn't understand all the details of it, but they're actually opening a self-directed IRA and using retirement funds to purchase pre-IPO. You can do that. I didn't know that. You can do that. And so there's opportunities to get it. It doesn't have to be cash out of your pocket. I mean, you could do this. That's how, if you ever research, and this is what I learned by researching some of this. Mitt Romney and Peter Thiel made billions because they opened Roth IRAs. They did backdooring into the Roth IRAs. They bought into companies with these Roth IRAs. So now they have billions of dollars that are actually tax free, because Roths are tax free, because you've already paid the taxes before you purchase anything. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying I didn't realize this, but these are the kinds of things you can do, that you can actually buy crypto in it too, I guess. But Mitt Romney, who ran for president of the United States, made billions of dollars using retirement funds to do things like this. So there are opportunities. And I'm looking at something like that as more of a long term, because I'm not retirement age to collect on an IRA, right? I think it's 59 and a half is the absolute earliest you can do. I'm nowhere near that. But there's opportunities there, and they're providing these things with a speculative, with the income generating, with the funds that could be retirement funds. I mean, whether they're short term, medium term, long term, there are some huge opportunities here, and they're really, really laying this out. So I'm really, really excited about it. Cal, I have cows that are having problems. My neighbor's actually calling me, so I'm gonna put on mute for 1 second, okay?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I don't know why, ladies and gentlemen, my computer has been super laggy today. So when Rob's talking, it just lags for me and I can't really understand much. So I think he said that he's gonna go see some cattle, but uh yeah, I just want to say hi to some regular listeners who are in the chat. I see Enzo Node, appreciate you, always showing up. I see Eloc Mobile. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Fired up to tune in. Thank you very much, Cole. I appreciate you very much. I know what you're building. It's going to be exciting. I see someone else in there, Callus Bling. Hopefully, Callus and Cole are both going to come to Rare this year. We get to all hang out. And then I see more people. I see Rhino Cons. He says that he is listening but visiting with one of our best friends. So appreciate you tuning in, even though you're busy with friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me and Rob talk and spill some alpha. Speaking of alpha, I had a really fun space this Wednesday with the Sagadal Alpha Club. That was interesting. Someone from the helium community joined, and he was asking some really valid questions. I really enjoyed that interview. And it sounds like at the end of that show, he's now a World Mobile subscriber and he's going to test one of our plans. So that was fun to see. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to change topics because the stratospheric topic was really fun to talk about. By the way, Rob, I don't know why, but my computer is very laggy today, and was having a hard time. Like, it's like I don't know if either my connection or my computer, but it's very choppy. But anyways, right now with different deep-in projects, not doing as hot as everyone thought they would because of specific moves that they're making internally. A lot of people are starting to come to World Mobile and starting to realize that World Mobile is a real business and is highly dependent on revenue generation, which is, I think, very important. And a lot of people in this space bottoms as they are right now. And I don't even know this NFA, but I don't even know if we're at the bottom yet, but kind of looks like it. But regardless, a lot of people who have stuck around are starting to open their eyes right now and looking at projects. And World Mobile is one of those who like definitely stands out when it comes to their model because everything is based off revenue. And World Mobile, if you look at the ecosystem metrics for last month, you can clearly see an uptrend for affiliates. You can see an uptrend for revenue generation through air nodes, and it's going up. And the more deployments that we have, the more air nodes, especially now that we're entering the Philippines with a high ARPU market like the Philippines, it's going to get even better for everyone involved. So I'm looking forward to that, Rob. But what else is on our list to talk about today? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'm giving you 1 second. Rob's looks busy, busy, busy. Is everything okay
Yep.
there?
Oh yeah, great. So it was the neighbor calling, but everything's good. And then just got a message from somebody on the World Mobile team that is not available to chat a whole lot, but definitely wants to listen in and just asking if they need the link to join our video. So I was just responding to that. Couple things I
sweet.
wanted to mention. I wanted to mention something. When I was talking about the stratospheric, and again, I'm very, very excited about this. I'm very interested in how this is going to go and the different avenues that one can take to participate. I don't offer financial advice. I've said that once already, but I just want to make it very clear. I'm researching things and learning as I go, and part of my problem, blessing and curse, is I talk about stuff. I just whatever's on the front of my mind, I mention. So I am not telling people to convert their Roth IRAs into a self-directed fund and go out and buy this stuff. I'm not telling people to open self-directed funds and put their retirement into this. That's not where this is going. I'm just, it's one of those things where it's like, I had this revelation and somebody told me they were looking at doing that. And it's like, I hadn't considered that. And if I hadn't considered that, I'm sure there's somebody else that hasn't either. And so it's just throwing ideas out saying, what are the different ways that we can be involved? And I remember reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and one of the things I loved about that book, what Robert Kiyosaki talked about, was don't say I can't afford that. Say, how can I afford that? How can I find a way to participate? Because there are avenues, and World Mobile is making those, whether it's, again, owning tokens, owning air nodes, buying into stratospheric, participating with network builders and owning franchises, operating earth nodes, or owning earth nodes and having somebody else operate them for you. There's a lot of different avenues that people can go here. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate is it's not a one trick pony here. You're talking about air nodes, and one of the things that I really appreciate about air nodes, and what I was doing right there before the World Mobile team member messaged and asked about the show, was I was looking at my air nodes, my rewards, and the activity that I have with these air nodes. And I first purchased Sparks in December. It says December 23rd of 2024. So now we're 19 months in, and the earnings haven't slowed down. They haven't stopped. They haven't changed. It's been a fix with those sparks, $1.70 per month. And that's one thing that because this is not something that we are trying to sell ourselves and trying to find magic internet money to pay people with and hope that the number stays the same or doesn't go down too far, maybe goes up. That's not how that works. With the sparks specifically and the embers as well, we have an internet service provider partner in Pakistan who is paying us to use these, right? So this is real money from real customers coming to World Mobile to utilize our equipment because it saves them on capital, on CapEx. They don't have to buy all this stuff, right? They can rent it, and they're renting it monthly, knowing that these things have a 10, 12-year shelf life. Even as internet improves, it doesn't invalidate what's being done with these sparks, with these embers. And so this isn't a, hey, let's put this up and try to makeshift some sort of a network somewhere and see if this works, and we'll supplement it with this coin that's based on speculation somewhere along the way and hope that it works. Right? This is, I mean, I don't cash mine out in USDC every month. I take dollars to my bank account. And so I'm able to earn because we have a paying partner who is paying us every month. The token, people say, well, WMTX is a token. It's crypto. It's speculative. It can go up or down. Okay. As we build this, we know that a large percentage of revenue from this company is going to buy the token off the open market. So no one else has to. We're taking real money to buy this off the open market. And then it gets paid to EarthNet operators. It gets paid to token holders by way of staking, right? So there are benefits to this, and it's not, I just hope that enough people are interested that it keeps things afloat. This is, the more we build this network out, the more we're able to do with it, the more value there is in the token, the more money comes in, real money comes into the network that the company can then buy these tokens off the open market. We're not just creating more tokens. We're not just crossing our fingers and hoping. So I am very, very thrilled with the opportunities here. But again, I just don't have a filter. So I want to make sure that people know I'm not telling you to do these things. I'm just saying, I'm realizing as World Mobile expands and does more things, this is where opportunities are. And I do appreciate that. We mentioned Airnodes a little bit, and I just wanted to point out that Cal, we hit another milestone. I don't know if you realize this, but people are buying in to Sparks. They're buying into the idea that this is an incredible opportunity. And Cal, I won't say the exact number, but we just crossed the 7,000 Spark node threshold recently. So we have helped facilitate to the community over 7,000 Spark nodes. And again, what I like about how we do things, Cal, is we're not doing this. We're not taking people's money. This is a get rich quick thing for the Alliance. World Mobile is not making drops. They're not selling these things right now. Only distribution partners are, and they've blessed us with the opportunity to do this because we have these shows, we have access, we know community members, and so if you go to worldmobilealliance.io, you can actually find these bundles, and the smallest one, the 50 pack, that's 31% APY, because remember, you get 50 of these, make $1.70 per month, right? 500 of them make $1.70 per month. That's over 34% APY on this 500 pack. That's an incredible return if you're looking at trying to find ways to diversify in cash flow and do other things. These are definitely things that you might consider. But again, these are things that you can't find elsewhere. World Mobile isn't selling these direct to people, and so these are opportunities. And I get really excited about this because this is something that since December of 24, we're 19 months in. These things have not even changed. $1.70 a month, like clockwork. And so definitely I am appreciating these opportunities that World Mobile is putting out there for us to be more involved, as well as be involved in a way that you're not just giving and giving and giving, but you're able to benefit as well.
Yeah, Rob, you said some really good stuff there. And that $1.70 that you mentioned is could also grow from here, right? I mean, it has potential to grow from $1.70 to a lot more because these air nodes can perform more tasks. For example, we've heard World Mobile talk about these air nodes becoming NFTs, right? And that in itself has a lot of different potential. I know exactly people in the chats know exactly what I mean by that of these air nodes becoming NFTs and becoming more liquid in a sense. So that's very interesting to see. You spoke about opportunities as well. World Mobile does have an opportunity right now, and it is the last day for you to reserve an Ember node and win some Ember nodes as well as Spark nodes. I don't know the exact number. I don't have the post in front of me. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Rob. You're on top of it. I can't see though. I'm not wearing my glasses, but what is it like? 5 winners, 20 air nodes. Um, you get to win 3 embers, and I can't see that number. It's a 1 spark. Nonetheless, it's a really cool opportunity. And if you're already purchasing air nodes on the regular, I know a lot of people are compounding those rewards into more air nodes, which is very clever. Um, yeah, you get to potentially win some air nodes. So that's really cool to see right there, Rob. There was something else on my mind I wanted to talk about. That's right. Yeah, you you said so many different things. Sometimes when you speak, I need to write notes, right? Because there's specific topics that you hit that I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's. I want to talk a little bit more about that, but nonetheless, we're freestyling today, so no notes for me. But back to our website is what I wanted to talk about. Me and Rob have been given a really cool opportunity here with these Spark Air nodes as being a partner of World Mobile, and we're really appreciative of that. But we have been in discussion on how I think the community is going to start seeing that with this website in the coming months here. I mean,
You
we are
just
in early
you,
discussions.
you just glitched out. I think Mike came and embargoed you on something. So if you could say that again.
Yeah, it's my connection, I think, or my laptop. I don't know what it is. Or maybe Mike doesn't want me to say it. No, I think Mike Mike is not going to be embargo me about this one. But yeah, I mean, me and you have, as I said, have been given this opportunity to become a partner of selling these Spark Air notes, and we're really appreciative of that. But me and you, Rob, have started early discussions on how to take this to the next level. And I'm not going to go into any details right now, right? Because it's too early of a talk. But we are planning on doing things with this website. We are planning on bringing more eyes on this website from different avenues. So I'm sure the community is going to appreciate that. We hope, because as Rob said, this is a sharing economy after all, and the more air nodes that get sold, the more end users for the sharing economy, the more end users, the more buybacks, the token goes up, everyone's happy, everyone's excited. So if you are a token holder and you don't really care about air nodes, which I don't understand why there's people out there that believe in different things, but you should definitely support initiatives like that. Why? Because I just mentioned it, the more air nodes, the more customers, the more buybacks, the more of the WMTX that you hold, it's going to go up in price. Obviously, not financial advice, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So, very good opportunity. I'm looking forward to growing this website and bringing these additional, let's call them opportunities, to community members and outsiders potentially.
So this is just more of a little bit of alpha, but it's more fun alpha, not like strategic, plan accordingly, big picture, world mobile alpha. But if you notice here on our website, this is the main page here, there's something that's missing. And that's a little button that said merch. We've taken down the merch store. And the reason we've done that is because something is happening with World Mobile, Minutes Network, U-Network merch. There's something that's building right now in the background. And there's going to be an opportunity for something a lot better than just a simple Alliance store or a simple World Mobile store or a simple Minutes Network store, simple U-Network store, right? We're actually helping out with that a little bit. We're making sure that the community is represented, and definitely looking forward to where that's going. The minds behind this one. I'm not talking about my mind or your mind, but the minds behind this new thing that's coming with merch. It's incredible, and I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait to participate with it.
I'm excited too.
Oh yeah,
excited. So very excited for that. It's gonna be fun.
There's gonna be a massive shakeup coming with the merch, and looking forward to that. I don't know if it's gonna be here in time for Rare. It might line up with Rare. It might front run Rare a little bit, but it's coming, and it's building. It's building a lot of momentum and steam right now in the background. And when it hits, I think it's going to hit pretty hard. So I'm looking forward to that. But that is why we took the merch store down, is because there's something that's building that's going to get a lot more eyes on World Mobile than just an Alliance, buy some t-shirts, hoodies, or hat. And again, I have the merch. I'm looking right now at my World Mobile Alliance hat right over there. That my that where it all began mug is my favorite thing. I love that thing. There's some cool stuff. Those haven't disappeared. Those are coming back. You'll see those again, but you're going to see them with some new opportunities. So definitely excited about that. Excited about where that's going. We've talked about the air nodes in the Embers. Just real quickly, we'll share this. World Mobile did make a post on the official World Mobile X account concerning Ember data. The top 20 Ember nodes all moved more than 1 terabyte in the month of May. And so the leading one had a 1.27 terabytes, and the benchmark was 800 gigabytes a month. So it went over that by 50%, over 50%. So these things are producing. Now, not all of them are producing at that level. Some are producing less, some are producing more, but we're seeing some really nice returns there. If you even look at this chart they posted here on the X account, the top 20 made between $5.47 all the way down to $4.47. So that's just the top 20 right there, right? A lot of them I think are not too far off this number 20 mark. And people can attest to whether or not their Ember nodes are seeing a lot of activity or a little. But I think if you remember, they said the baseline they're looking at is $3.33. That was their goal. That's what they believed on average these things could return per month once we get started. What I like about the Ember nodes is there is a giant runway here because it's all based on use, right? So the more devices these can connect to, the more endpoints they can connect to, the more data is going to go through them. The more data goes through these things, the more you're going to earn. These aren't a fixed rate of return like the Sparks are. And so I'm really interested to see how these things grow and what these numbers look like month over month, because I truly believe as people start realizing they can connect, whether it's a Wi-Fi device, whether it's some other endpoint, they can connect, and they're going to start using data more and more, right? These are going out all over through Pakistan with our partner at WorldCall. And so we're going to see those numbers increase, I believe, drastically. It's the same with like the Titan, right? The Titan is one of those where it acts as an overwatch. And the more that that misses the smaller nodes or jumps off of towers to roam, that hits the Titan, the more benefit you get because you get all those roaming fees, all those different agreements that World Mobile has with these other companies. And so the more people are using, the more the Titan is active, the more it's going to bring in. Same thing here with these Ember nodes. And so I like that variable. I like that opportunity because you don't know exactly what you're going to get. But you realize that it's not just a fixed return. There's absolutely an opportunity for expansion there as these things go.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
So Cal, you sent me this. This is not something I have actually read yet. Like I said, it's been a busy week with a bunch of outdoor stuff on the farm.
I'm getting to
but here is a. So go ahead.
Sorry, I'm telling you, my computer's glitching, so it was all silent for a second. So I just wanted to add about Ember nodes and their opportunity for allowing World Mobile to. Can you hear me, Rob? Am I coming okay?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Really short. I just wanted to say that the Ember nodes are a great opportunity for people to get into because they will allow World Mobile to scale around Pakistan like never before. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, and one thing about the Ember nodes is they start at $165, right? You don't have to buy a bundle of them. Now, obviously, we want to drive attention to the Alliance. We want to drive attention to these Sparks and these opportunities that the Sparks provide, but we're not selling individual Sparks at this point. World Mobile's asked us to keep it in bundle format for the time being. So right now, if you look at the Alliance page, the cheapest bundle is $3,300 basically, right? And so I mean that's a chunk of change that people need to come up with. With the Embers, you can buy 10 of those, right? They're $165 a piece for $1,600. So basically half the price of the smallest Spark bundle. So it just depends on what your priorities are. You know, do you want to spend a lot of money on a very good returning fixed rate of return type of a thing? And again, this is not financial advice at all, but if you look at the base price, starting price, it's a little bit higher. You go buy some Spark, you go buy some Ember nodes, $165 for one of them, and you can grow and build, and you can reserve them where you put 25% down right now. This is through World Mobile. This is not through us. We're not selling Embers on our website, right? This is through World Mobile. They're not doing drops, so they're doing reservations at this point. You do that, and what I like about the reservation is they're putting these in like crazy, right? But at some point they might get a little bit behind. And so what you do is you put the reservation down. Hey, I want to buy 5, or I want to buy 10, or I want to buy 100 of these, whatever it is. And if they don't have 100 installed ready to go, then you put your 25% down. And then as soon as these things are in the ground or on the towers or on the poles or wherever they're at, they're ready to go. They say, hey, all right, your reservations come due, pay the rest, start earning right away. And so you don't have to wait for this drop that might be at 3 a.m. Australia time, you know, or you might be out and about. You might be at work, you might be having a late dinner if you're in Europe, and you might miss these things. And so World Mobile is doing a really great thing there with these Embers. So I mean, we've talked about air nodes for a long time. Cal, if you could talk about this one, this is something I haven't even looked at yet. And so I apologize for not being prepared on this front, but you sent me this post that World Mobile is collaborating with Integrity Technologies Corp to explore integrated telecom deployment for rural communities, tribal lands, and underserved regions of the U.S. I love that because we've actually talked with some guys who have access to tribal lands. And it is very hard to do anything there because they have their own system of government, right? It's within the United States, but you can't just willingly go access like you would just regular street corner. You can't just put up your own things. They have tribal governments that determine and dictate movements and different things that they are building and growing within their areas. And so just reading this, I like that there is a dedicated focus on tribal lands and underserved regions within the United States. But Cal, what can you tell us about this?
I was trying to find the mute button. Yeah, tribal lands. That's exactly what it is. And it's a really interesting and very important collab right there, in my opinion, because last mile connectivity in United States, it's one of the most important aspects of a network, right? And with this partnership that everyone sees right here, World Mobile is entering with Integrity Technology Corporations. So it's pretty big fiber provider in these rural communities that World Mobile is partnering with, and I'm reading up on it right now myself, Rob, and I mean, I knew about this one for a bit of time, and I know that partnering with this company is going to be really, really big for a couple different reasons. One of which is obviously the resilience of the world mobile sharing economy and what that brings to the last mile connectivity. And we all know how legacy carriers have left a lot of the United States not connected, especially if you go to these regions like, forests, and if you go to special communities that legacy telecom have decided to leave offline for whatever reason, right? Whether it's political or whether it's revenue driven, this partnership right here will solve a lot of that problems that these communities have faced being at the last mile. So I think it's very important. I love to see how it's going to play out. I think it's going to help a lot of network builders with growth, and having a strong partner provide the fiber backhaul is going to obviously allow world mobile sharing economy to grow in places where it wasn't possible before. So very important partnership right there. I'm excited for it. I want to see where it's going to lead, and how it's going to help world mobile sharing economy. So that's really my commentary on this. Personally, I need to dig more into it myself, and see the potential it brings. But I do understand the potential it brings, as a matter of fact. So yeah, what's your thoughts on it, Rob?
They are not narrowly focused. And I think that's very, very important. They are looking for opportunities, they're looking for avenues to grow and connect and do what the mission was all along. This started out with street lamps in Zanzibar, street lamps in Tanzania, right? Powering a fishing village, providing basic connectivity, right? And then you think about, well, what does that look like here in the United States? We talked about the Swiss cheese approach, all the places in the United States. This is going back, but for people that have been here a while, they remember hearing about Swiss cheese, right? You heard about it all the time. That was one of the major focuses. Finding places where we can put in air nodes, we can bring in connectivity, we can help connect folks that don't have it, and tribal land specifically are one of those places that are completely historically underserved, and communities that have been in some ways taken care of by the government, but in a lot of ways completely neglected. And there's a lot of hardship that happens in tribal lands, and I can't speak to all of it, but I just the high school that I went to was a Jesuit high school that had a very serious focus on tribal lands in Nebraska and South Dakota. They sent priests and missions and different things, because just because the government pays for something doesn't mean it's good, right? Lot of issues, and it feels like this is an opportunity that World Mobile has to help people here within the United States that are grossly underserved, grossly neglected, um, don't have opportunities uh, where they live, having to move off of tribal land, having to move off of reservations to take advantage of certain things. And again, I apologize if I am speaking too brashly or insensitively about this, but I do believe that this is a major thing that World Mobile can do to better a lot of lives right here in the United States in a short amount of time. So I'm very excited to see this because I've talked with a couple of guys within the community that have access in one way or another, and they said I would love to be able to help serve the local tribal areas, the First Peoples, the Native Americans. Um, I would love to be able to help out with that. And so the fact that World Mobile is looking to do that on a bigger scale, um, that really makes me happy. I'm glad to see this happen. So, Cal, we have been going for a little or about an hour or so. You know, if you count that couple minute video at the beginning with Mickey talking. Um, so I think at this point, you know, being a Friday night and the World Cup is starting for people who appreciate that sort of thing. I played a video of Hank Hill talking about soccer earlier, and I was told not to play that on the space. So I'm just going to reference it and not talk about it. But if you go to YouTube and you type in Hank Hill soccer, you might appreciate me. You might not like me afterwards. I'm not really sure, but I'm not going to play it here. Okay. But that being said, I know people want to get over to that. So, Cal, I want to just highlight you really quick. You've been doing these weekly recaps on things, all things World Mobile, and here's one for the recap of the AMA, the Stratospheric AMA that you did. That is very very good. I actually posted it in the show notes. I said, hey, if you don't want to watch a show or listen to the 2 hour space or all these things, this is the too long didn't read or too long didn't listen. This is what you want to know. This is the highlights, and you've done an amazing job of this. So this is in the commentary section of the chat here for this show. But Cal, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing these recaps, and thank you for doing the weekly roundups when it comes to World Mobile. Those are invaluable. There's so many things going on that, like I said, you shared with me one of the posts. I hadn't even read it yet. So I know that there are so many people here in the community that appreciate you and what you do. So again, thanks for that, Cal. And that being said, if you would like to start doing some closing thoughts or wrapping the show up, please take the lead there.
No, thank you for the kind words there, Rob. I appreciate everyone too. I hope they help you. And if they don't, I know they help me because there's a lot that happens with World Mobile every week. So kind of easy reminder there how much this team is building. Dream and Forest, before I wrap up, is asking, is there a schedule for World Mobile events at Rare yet? We are currently making it happen. As we speak, it's starting to come up in our conversations, and there's definitely going to be events. I'm not sure if we're going to do a lot of side events this year. We might stick around the aria, hopefully, and but yeah, there's definitely plans for them, so stay tuned. We might have a pretty cool schedule. We'll see. We haven't thought about that yet, but maybe we'll do a schedule this year and post it ahead of time for everyone that's going to attend. Yeah, Rob, I sent you like another extra 5 things that we couldn't hit on our space, which it's always fun because time flies, right? An hour is just not enough time for us to really sit down and unpack everything that World Mobile is doing, and that's just within a week. It's not even within a whole month, and it's just mind blowing how much gets to happen behind closed door. Mickey did post something really, really cool. I'm not sure if it was today or yesterday. Pretty sure it was today, where he said that it all started in Africa as a dream, and look at us now. 3.5 million daily active user plus. We're like the second biggest blockchain by daily active users. Our revenues are going up, and new people are joining the sharing economy. There's going to be a lot of different countries, new nodes coming up. It's just growing and growing. When Mickey was talking to Mark Cuban, it wasn't too long ago. We were just in Africa with like couple hundred air nodes. I remember me and you, Rob, used to get excited whenever we passed like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. Look at us now. It's like over 100 and some thousand air nodes. In a lot of different countries, and that's very exciting to see. And it's just showcases how big this sharing economy is getting, and how big is going to get moving forward. So I'm here for it. I'm excited for it, and it gives me and you, Rob, a lot more things to talk about every single week. Makes our job a lot easier because there's always so much to talk about. So yeah, I just appreciate everyone that shows up every week to listen to us. Our door is always open to community members, whoever wants to join one of these shows. X is a little bit of an easier platform for these things, and when we do these X shows, like a lot more people join, but you can always join our live streams as well. This is a community driven show, and everyone's always welcome. So yeah, again, I appreciate it. Enjoy the match tonight. I know, Rob, you're not a big fan of soccer, as they call it in the United States, but I love watching the World Cup. It's one of my favorite. I mean, it doesn't happen every year, right? So when it happens, I love to watch it, and it's a lot of excitement, especially now that it's happening in my city. Today's game, it's like everywhere. There is traffic. It's crazy. There's different flags being flown around everywhere. It's just really exciting. So I'm gonna go have fun with that. But yeah, it's really good talking with you, Rob. I always enjoy it. And I will see everyone next. Maybe we'll do Saturday next one, right? Because we keep on doing Fridays because our weekends get packed with stuff. But maybe we'll do a Saturday show this next one.
Yeah, it's I think the last 3 shows have been Fridays because we've had things happening on Saturdays personally, and it's challenging because we are doing these shows. We've been doing them for almost 4 years now, over 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and doing them almost every weekend without fail. And there's been times we've taken a week off here or there, but it's hard to stay consistent. And the fact that we've been able to do that, usually on the same day, same time, but it's nice to be able to mix this up as life gets in the way. And like you said, it's really nice that World Mobile has so many different verticals happening right now. There's so many different avenues of things they are working on and building that we don't run out of things to talk about. We're not regurgitating the same thing for 3 months in a row because there hasn't been an announcement. There hasn't been anything. There's so much happening. So definitely thankful for that. And thankful for all the opportunities that World Mobile allows us to have, as we've said throughout the show. Yeah, as far as soccer goes, I was a competitive swimmer. And so a lot of things that people say about swimming is I love watching Olympic swimming. Every 4 years, I'll sit down and I'll watch swimming for a week, and then they won't watch it again. I'm the same way with soccer. I'm the same way with the World Cup is special. It really is. And it's a lot of fun to watch. It just like with baseball, though, matches and games take a lot of time. And so, watching all of them, if you have the time for that and the ability, good job, good on you. But it's definitely, it's fun to watch. It's soccer. I'm not, competitive into the Euro League or anything. So I don't follow every season, every team, every player all the time. But I will not. I don't bash it when it comes to World Cup time overall. I just do that just to tease you guys because you and Jamie and others are such big fans. But no, it's fun. I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm hoping that the USA does very well. And but it's fun to see the storylines. It's fun to see what happens and how things play out. And it's a very, very special time. So I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's going on now. It's just finding time to watch all of it is going to be a little bit of a chore. But just like the casual swim fans, I'm a casual World Cup soccer fan. So I will absolutely be paying attention as well. But folks, thanks for being here. Thanks for all of this. If you have any questions, if you have questions about air nodes, you want to find a way to bolster your holdings or get your first air nodes, feel free to reach out. Like I said, we have these sparks that are incredible. We really like them, and we have access for you to get those. Otherwise, if you like the embers, go to World Mobile, reserve them right now. Right now, don't even wait. You go there, you put down the 25%. As soon as they are ready to go, and they might be ready right now, you're able to pay for those. But go do that if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to add to that, if you're looking for stratospheric, there's an opportunity right now to express your interest, and we would love it if you do, because what's going to happen is the more people show interest, the more money they can raise for these things, and then that's going to just show, hey, look, we tried to raise 25 million pounds and it shot way over that. We haven't even talked to the institutions yet. So look at the demand, look at the value of this, look at what people want. That's only going to help as they are growing this project. They are getting things ready for test flights. They're talking to banks and other big time investors to grow this thing out, because as those valuations increase, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. So again, things to think about. Go do some research, go figure out where you're at, what you want to do, what you're interested in, and let's make it happen. But anyways, you guys, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Be very productive. Go do something good. It's where we're at. It's summertime. It's nice. I got a sunburn today. Go out and touch some grass, get some fresh air, some vitamin D on your skin from the sun. Go out and do all those things and have a great time. Watch some World Cup soccer or football. And you guys, don't forget, World Mobile is growing. It's building, and we're here for it. If you need anything, reach out in the comments and the DMs, however you want to reach out to us. We're here to help. We're here to encourage you. And we're looking forward to everything that's coming, because we believe it's going to be massive. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be world-changing. We're here for all of it. We are cheerleading along the way, but we are actively participating just like you are. So everyone, thank you for being here. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon. Have a great weekend. See you later.